Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to our STEAM program for the night. So today is May the 5th, and as many of you guys know, yesterday was May the 4th. And that was actually the day that we're filming this right now. So May the 4th is a big day for Star Wars fans, so our activities today are going to be somewhat space and Star Wars related. So we got two different things that we're going to do, so I want to go ahead. I'm going to start with our first one. We are going to show you guys how to make your own lightsaber. So you're going to need a couple of things to do that. First off, you are going to need a measuring stick of some sort. Something like this, or a big measuring tape would work as well. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need some duct tape. I usually try to use silver or black when I do this particular activity. You're going to need some Sharpies. If you end up using the black duct tape, metallic Sharpies like copper, silver, and gold work better on that than the regular colored Sharpies. And finally, the main sort of ingredient for this project is a pool noodle. And it can be any color. In this case, I've got red, which everybody knows who has a red lightsaber. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on showing you guys how to do this. I'll see you in just a few seconds. All right. So we're getting ready to make our lightsaber. So first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to cut that pool noodle in half. So to know where the halfway point is, you're going to have to measure it. You can use a yardstick, measuring tape, or any other measuring implement, just so long as you can get the length of the pool noodle. In this case, our pool noodle was 4 feet long, so that meant we were going to cut it at 2 feet, or 24 inches. So we went ahead and cut it, and we just used some regular scissors to cut it. Now, if you're going to be cutting this, you may want to get your parents to help you out so that you don't cut yourself. The pool noodle does cut pretty easily with just the scissors, but you can always be safe. So what we're going to go and do now, we're going to take this regular plain old piece of pool noodle material and we're going to put a handle on it, and that will turn it into our lightsaber. We're going to go ahead and put our handle on our lightsaber. We've got our half red pool noodle right here. We have some duct tape. I chose black because since it's a red pool noodle, we know what the favorite color of that person who uses it is. We have some Sharpies, which we'll use for some decoration, and then we have our scissors again. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick an end of your pool noodle. It could be either end, it doesn't matter. Then you're going to take your duct tape. You find the end here of your duct tape. And what you want to do is wrap the duct tape around the base of the pool noodle. Once you get it wrapped all the way around, get your scissors and cut. Again, if cutting makes you nervous or you're really too young to be handling big scissors like that, get your parents to help you. Now, I found that about 2 pieces of duct tape make a big enough handle for me. So you might be okay with just one. If your hand is small, you might want to have a bigger handle so you can use it with both hands. But I'm just going to put the 2 pieces on for today. So now the Sharpies come in where you want to do some decoration. You can put on a power button, maybe a couple little extra buttons on the side here, maybe a weird little lever that does something, put like a weird mysterious vent on the side there. Oh, maybe a little plug so that you can recharge your lightsaber if you need to. And then you can add in, you know, other details, maybe some notches in it to help you grip it better. But it's all just kind of pretend, and you can kind of decorate it however you feel, whether you want it to look like exactly like a lightsaber from the movies or just something of your own creation. Once you've got it done, you are ready to go. All right, so the great thing about this activity is that with one pool noodle, you can make 2 different lightsabers. That means you can make one for yourself and then one for a friend, a brother, a sister, maybe mom or dad, and you guys can have your own lightsaber duel at home. Now, be careful when you're using these that you're not hitting each other, that you're only hitting the lightsabers together, not hitting pets, not hitting things in the house, because even though it is soft and squishy, it can still cause some damage if you hit hard enough. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at our next item that we're going to make. So one of the big things in Star Wars, of course, are the spaceships and rockets and things like that. And if you guys take a look at my little alien friend over here, he's got his own spaceship, and it's got all sorts of metallic paint and glow-in-the-dark paint and plastic and cool stuff, and he gets around in it pretty decently. But did you guys know that you can make your own rocket with just a straw and a piece of paper? So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to show you how to do that. Alright, so to make your straw rocket, you are of course going to need some paper, a pair of scissors, a pencil, some tape, and of course, your straw. So what you are going to do, move these out of the way, you're going to take your paper and your scissors, of course, and you're going to cut your paper into 4 sections about this size. So you've got the 4 squares. That'll be enough for you guys to make 4 rockets. Then you're going to take your pencil and take your paper, and this may take a second or two for you to get going, but you're going to roll that paper. Ooh, it's a little noisy there. You're going to roll that paper on your pencil. Don't worry if it's not completely even, it just needs to be rolled. So then you're going to take your tape and tape down the edge of the paper. Let me get another little piece here in the middle to make sure it stays down. Right. So then it should just slide off of your pencil. And what it should be, you should be able to do is just fit it very loosely over your straw. It should spin and slide back and forth. Alright, so once you get that done, you're going to choose one end of the paper tube you just made, and you're going to pinch it and fold it. It's going to look something like that. Now, if we leave it like this, it's eventually going to pop back open and it won't work. We need to have one end of the tube closed so it works correctly. So I'm going to take a piece of tape and wrap around to make sure that it stays closed. And at this point, when you put it on your straw, while it'll still come off, it doesn't go all the way through. And right now, you've got a 100% functional straw rocket. But there's some other things you can do. You can take some additional paper and make a nose cone, or to help stabilize it a little bit, you can cut some fins out like this and attach them to the base of your rocket. And that is actually pretty easy. And there's a bunch of ways you can experiment on it. I usually just put one on, tape it into place, put another on, I'll move that out of the camera, and tape it in place. And this is just a quick and easy. You guys can have more time to play with it at home and figure out and experiment what works the best for you. I'm going to tape that one there. So I've got 3 fins right now. Not the most beautiful one, but it will work just fine. And then you can take this piece of paper and maybe roll it up some way to make a nose cone for your rocket, which I'm not having much luck with right now, but oh, there we go. I'll do it like that. Not a perfect nose cone, but it looks cool. And tape that into place there. So here we have our rocket ready to go. So what I'll do now is I'll demonstrate how to use it. All right, so to launch your straw rocket, you of course are going to need your straw. I'm going to use this very basic one first right here. No frills to this one at all, just a very plain straw rocket. So you slide it on, make sure it's still loose and not like jammed all the way up into the front. Otherwise, it might not work. And you're going to take your straw, take a deep breath, and blow. And that should cause the air coming out of your lungs will go through the straw, hit the closed off end of the straw rocket, and send it flying. So now here I've got my fancier rocket that I made with the nose cone and the fins, and let's see how well it does. Now be sure you take a deep breath, and you want to just go like you're the big bad wolf. And we'll watch that one fly. So that, guys, is how you make a straw rocket. It's quick and simple and a whole lot of fun. You can make 4 of them with just a sheet of paper and a little bit of tape. And you can have a competition. You can have target practice and things like that at home. But if you do that, please be sure you're in a big open area in your house and that you're not anywhere where you're going to knock something over that will get you in trouble. So again, thank you guys for joining us today for our STEAM program, and may the 4th be with you.